Hi students, today we are going to discuss about the third chapter of Indian economy, that is economic reforms since 1991. In the first chapter of Indian economy, we studied about the economic condition of India during the colonial period. In the second chapter, we studied about the economic condition of India during the year 1950 to 1990. So in this chapter, we will discuss about what was the condition of India, economic condition of India during the year 1991. And very important points we have to discuss because in Indian economic history, 1991 is a very important year. In this year, we started globalization, liberalization, and privatization. So, in this chapter, we are going to study about liberalization, privatization, and globalization. It is known as LPG. Now we have to see what were the reasons, causes for the 1991 economic crisis in India. In 1991, there was a crisis in the balance of payment that led to the introduction of economic reforms in our country. During that time, our Prime Minister was P.V. Narasimha Rao, along with our Finance Minister was Dr. Manmohan Singh. They introduced this new economic policy in 1991. Now, the following were the causes of 1991 economic crisis. First one, rising deficit. As you know, deficit means expenditure is more than income. Taxes are the income of the government, but when expenditure is more than income, during that time, deficit was very high. So the government had to borrow from the financial institutions. Second reason for the crisis, economic crisis, was unproductive spending. Government had to spend revenue which do not generate any return. Then third reason was import grew much more than exports. So because of this reason, import grew much more than export. Our foreign exchange was not sufficient. That means our foreign exchange reserves declined to a level that was not adequate to finance import for more than 2 weeks. So these were the reasons for 1991 economic crisis. So in order to manage this crisis, India approached World Bank. The World Bank, also known in another name, it is IBRD. So IBRD, it is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. It's also known as World Bank, and also IMF. IMF means the abbreviation of IMF is International Monetary Fund. Students, sometimes in the board exam, questions will be asked about like this abbreviation. They will give some of these terms and you have to expand it. So India approached IBRD or World Bank and IMF, and they received dollar 7 billion as a loan in order to manage this crisis. But for availing this loan, the international agencies asked us a demand. They asked to liberalize our policies, open our market. So that was the reason for the introduction of new economic policy in India, NEP in India. In 1991, India agreed this condition to and introduced a new economic policy in India. New economic policy consisted of wide-ranging economic reforms. This set of policies can be broadly classified into two groups. They are stabilization measures and structural reforms. Stabilization measures are short-term measures to correct balance of payment and to bring inflation under control, whereas structural reforms are the long-term measures. These structural reforms aimed at improving the efficiency of the economy and increasing its international competitiveness by removing the rigidities in various systems of the economy, like liberalization, privatization, and globalization. We are going to study about in detail the structural reforms, that is liberalization, privatization, and globalization. First one, liberalization. The definition of liberalization. Liberalization, defined as the loosening of government regulations in a country to allow for private sector companies to operate business transactions with fewer restrictions. That means private companies are allowed to operate in India with less restrictions. Liberalization was introduced to put an end to all the restrictions and open up various sectors of the economy.